My name is Liz Skidmore. I have been a union carpenter for 34 years. I started my apprenticeship in 1989. And when I first got in, I could not believe how great it was. Apprenticeship is especially valuable to women because, as we know, the pay gap for women is huge. There is no pay gap in union construction and union apprenticeship. If you're a first-year apprentice, you're getting paid exactly the same as the other first-year apprentice next to you. In almost any other part of the economy, that's not the case. When I started, women made up, I don't know, somewhere between 2 and 3% of all construction workers in the country. And that just seemed ridiculous. And it seemed like there was no good reason for that. It was only sort of a history of exclusion, cultural expectations, stereotypes, discrimination would be the only reasons there weren't more women in construction. And it turns out that in some other countries like India, 40% of the construction workers are women. So it really does not have to be a gendered job. Women have actually been doing heavy physical labor all over the world since the dawn of time. And that can include in the high wage, high skill, high demand world of union construction. I also think the fact that construction is a friendly industry for people with a criminal background is really important, because folks who want to turn their lives around, there's so many closed doors. And have this where the education is free, you're paid while you're learning, and you can make a real family sustaining income. It's just an incredible resource for anybody who's been knocked back by life a little bit and wants to take another chance. I have to say, I had a little frustration with the hearing in that there weren't more worker voice or labor's voice in the room. Equity and infrastructure is such an important issue. This is a once in a lifetime investment in our roads and bridges, our, clean water, good energy, safety, all of these pieces. But if we leave it at that, we've missed this incredible opportunity. If we add to that investing in diverse workers who historically have been excluded from these good paying jobs, then the impact of these tax dollars expands exponentially. Historically in the US, construction has sort of always been the pathway out of poverty. If you look back, each immigrant group that got here started in construction, many of them, and then worked their way into other fields. So I think because the apprenticeship model provides this paid education, and it's a skill that once you've mastered, no one can take that skill away from you. Once you learn to weld, no one can stop you from knowing how to weld. And that welding skill is a very concrete, hard skill that then creates all kinds of economic opportunities for you. And we're coming perhaps to the end of 40 years of a message that everyone needs to go to college, and college is fantastic. And actually most of the unions have partnerships with colleges, so you can do both apprenticeship and college at the same time. But college isn't for everyone. I really appreciate the opportunity to share the perspective as a woman, as a construction worker, as a union member, because we're not included in these conversations often enough. And I've spent the last 34 years really working hard to crush the barriers so that more diverse workers can get into these good careers. And we need partners at every level of government to do that.